You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of the scribe gate, before an archway carved of stone whereas stands the gate guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles and Nightwings have returned, even as the cycle of rites begins to draw to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The gate guardian laughs at this softly for some reason. And you, Tarkwick? Do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you, come forth and state what you seek while crossing the scribe gate. One by one, the Nightwings consider yourselves and you pass through as before. Then Voltrek takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You. I see you wear the remnants once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know why exactly, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he fell from the summit long ago. He lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now, and he believes his true triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom would you mean. Then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes. And so I wear the remnants once again, in case it helps to right this wrong. For I am Volfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so one day we might all stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She continues Wilfred's words for a moment. I see. Then move along. The guardian of the scribe regards you all, and she beckons you onward. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Celeste? What is it, Tarkwick? The will of the scribes. Long we both followed it. I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us a close as us separated. But if it's their aim now to keep us apart for another age or longer, no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tarkwick, at the gate, no less. Then the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. But then may the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow night, Celeste. What the fuck is with these scribes? Am I gonna meet them eventually? Do I get to flip the middle finger to them? You've reached the Mount and meet Aldel again. You see the vastness of the downsides around you. It leaves you in deep thought regarding your companions' go free, as Rukey did last time. Wilfred looks up as you approach and smiles. I never thought I would be saying such things, my girl, but it's good to wear the remnants and the rites once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the triumvirate which took me in almost a decade ago. Once, ours was a triumvirate of exactly 3. Well, 4 with Tiza, who proved to be an exception. Though historically, the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessor, Brighton, and my firm companions, Irissa and Oralek. Perhaps naively, I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt, but seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there's more you wish to learn of them. I want to ask you about Oralek. You asked about what Oralek was like when he and Volfred first became acquainted. Volfred remained silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in Downside. The long trip down to the river must have been a little much for me. It was Oralek who found me. He could have not known my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you, a gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Oralek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all bloodshed. He tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the High Ring remnants. It must have gone how you'd expect. He was giving direct orders to return to the front, but when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him into the downside. Here, he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long, he grew one of the finest right conductors anyone's ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the triumvirate were later filled by Irissa and me. In time, Oralek's opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of the liberation rite, well, you know the story from that point. Wilfred breathes a heavy sigh. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone, and now I can't entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan, not by Orlek or anyone. As I have said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Orlek, he still wants his freedom, although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyways, was there something else? Orisa. You ask about Orisa, whom you understand betrayed Orlek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the burnt of it, my girl, but I suppose you ought to know something of Orisa's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuse for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Orisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face. It was heinous of what she did, in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up posts left by her brother. He had fallen in battle in the Blood Border, despite wielding his father's own lance and armor. Her father never quite recovered from this, and grown cruel and detached. It was Orisa who took the burden of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day it was all too much for her, and so when next he lashed out, she struck back. She struck back again and again and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Orisa was always intense in her demeanor, haunted by her father's memory. More than her chief motive for wanting back freedom was in hindsight not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for their high-ring remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defense of the Commonwealth and forever end the feud. What she ultimately did to Orlek, it was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think it was simply evil, nor do I think it was personal. I often wondered if in her final moments in the Sherman show she understood what she had done, and what death she had fallen. For years, I must admit, I hated her. But now, my only hope is she found peace unattainable during her relatively short life in the downside and the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life Orisa offers some perspective yet to those who have not made the same mistake. Now then, was there something else? You inquire about Brighton, whom you understand was liberated prior when Volfred first joined the Nightwings. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. Though, for that matter, my girl, so do you. He studies your reaction for a moment, and then... Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. You would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I do not know why exactly, or do care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Orisa and Orlek, who found me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Orlek gave the impression they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me I would soon hear from him myself. Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book, which you know well by now, I began to hear a voice. Wilfred looks to you to see if you've taken its meat. Brighton? You see, my girl, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility in the Triumvirate which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time, whenever so the stars align, it's his. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than Adjustus and Robus IX himself, the Grand Judge and figure whose watch the Commonwealth is governed to. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their own triumvirates. They have much to thank for them, not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear masks and remnants simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they were once exiles too. Brighton, that voice. He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do. Yet he is bound by tradition of... That's why he's pissed at me. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain, but I think he knows deep down he is powerless. How ironic that one such a high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exile such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's the path you'd want to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? I think we're done. You bid Volfred good afternoon and leave him with his memories. My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much further we have yet to go. 59%. Alright. Let's do this. Wait. Guys, so like, I don't know what's going up here with all them stars all acting real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something. You ain't gonna find a better deal on all this stuff from anybody. I mean anybody in Downside. You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead, stock up. Ooh. Permanent. Permanent. Tell your friends about us, because I already told mine. Alright. Once again, you shall gain Solomon, where one of you may go free. But first, you shall have to prevail against the dissonance in the liberation rite. Reader, your companions are gathered here under the fall. They shall be counting on you. Indeed, as the cycle of rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of stir out there, and word has reached a high place that the rites are ending. This is our chance. Though let us not despair, shall our victory elude us. We shall make the most of whatever the skies may have in store for us. That is to say, good luck, my girl, it's time. Hi, Brighton! How you doing? Oh my god. I know who you are.
Once more, the Nightwings gain the summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel to conduct the liberation rite, even as the stars themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader. This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust the dissidents, your adversaries, shall not throw away this chance.
Fuck
Choose
you.
now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
The pyres burn and each triumvirate is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn and each triumvirate is present and prepared. Then anointed of the descendants, come forth and declare yourself. Pay any respects you have unto your adversaries the Nightwings. Barker burst from some hidden corner laughing as he paws out his mask. A pleasure to be here, mates! Truly, Barker Ashpon. Call me Barker, though, alright? By the by, it's a real pisser getting here, you know. Begging your pardon, Barker Ashpaw, you thusly speak upon the summit of the sacred mountain. Oh, I am so terribly sorry to offend you there, lassie. I forgot we got the stars above there to make me watch my language. Though, let's get one thing straight, lassie. I don't give a bother for your secret mountain, so you take it and you shove it. Me and my pack, we're just here for laughs, you got that? And the other side ain't any better than this one. We ain't interested in your freedom. But just the same, we're gonna get it. Take it from those wee babies so antsy for it. Fear not, you Nightwings! Better put up a good fight, or I ain't gonna be happy, you understand? He shoves his mask back on. Come on, let's hurry up and get this damn thing started. They're gonna be really fucking fast. Nightwings, your decision on whose behalf should conduct the liberation rite. Reader, I ask you to choose wisely, but I'm sure you know no other way. And you prepare your song, Tarquin? Of course, Celeste.
Whom do you intend to liberate?
Unworthy. Unworthy.
Sir Gilman.
Has this knight at last regained his honor? Let's find out.
Who shall be at his side? Faye.
Oh, I can help. I think I can help.
Bertrude.
We shall lend our support to that one then.
It is done.
All right, mates. No waiting. No more holding back. Let's rip them to shreds. Let's go, go, go! Oh shit. Oh shit. Fuck! I wasn't prepared! Nope, faster than you! Fast! Gotta go fast! Ah, fuck. Fuck! Fuck! I messed up a few times there. Wait, alright, there's something funny going on with that arm. I can tell. Better laugh it up while you still can, aye? Indeed, there's something strange happening to Celestia. It shudders now, so possessed by the same AI powers as your adversaries. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, there. Fuck! Where's the orb? Where's the orb? Oh shit.
Seize the orb.
Wait. French fry, no! Ah,
Orb
fuck!
slips from your clutches. Sublime.
Alright, couple more times.
Glory to the scribes.
Alright, one more, we got one more.
Your victory is at hand. There.
Ah, fuck! Oh shit, I'm stuck! Ah!
Beneath contempt. The orb quenches the flame.
I need one more. Sir Gilman, you gotta go. Bye. Nope. Gotta go. Gotcha.
There it is.
Bye, Gilman. I love you. You're my friend.
The Night Wings proved their worth. An outcome which left little room for doubt. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free.
Bye, Sir Gilman.
Absolved of all misdeeds.
I love you. You're my friend.
Return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
What a joke. You're always thinking we're gonna make him cry after all this. Come on, mates. I've had it with this stuck-up place. Let's get out of here already, eh? Sir Gilman stares at nothing in particular. You sense he's taking it all in, what has transpired, and what it means for him. So then this night, he is to be free? He is to be free. Nay, that would mean his honor is restored. One cannot go back unto the Commonwealth by any other means. This night's exile was self-wrought, his disgrace profound, and he has been atoned under the eye of the Underking and those of his noble comrades. He begins to grow very emotional, and then, this knight loves you all! We love you too, Gilman. We love you too. He loves you all, that you strive for him and let him join on your noble quest. This knight does not feel as though he's deserving of this outcome, yet the result appears inarguable. Even now this knight is drawn into the Shimmer Pool. Our time grows brief. Therefore, know this, beloved friends. This knight shall ever strive on your behalf in the Commonwealth. Though his honor may be restored, his true journey only now begins. And so, good friends of the Night Wings, this knight must bid you farewell. However, the bonds we formed together shan't be broken by mere distance. Nay! Strive on, good friends! Strive on! You can still hear Gilman as he vanishes into the Shimmer Pool. If this lowly knight could achieve such glory, surely you can, you all! Now farewell! Farewell! May he return to glory, Gilman!
Godspeed, Sir Gilman. The 8 scribes are watching from afar. By their grace, may the cycle of the rites keep turning for as long as possible.
Blessed the scribes whose eternal wisdom shines through the stars and illuminates the path to our salvation. Wait, what did I just say? That was strange. I feel so invigorated now.
Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
Bye, Brighton. Go fuck yourself, Brighton. More fruit? You return to the wagon after prevailed against dissonance in the liberation rite. I have a good feeling that this would happen. Would that we all had good for such incidents. You succeed in liberating Sir Gilman, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We have but a few liberations rite remaining. Certainly how many, I do not wish to speculate. As yet, until such a time can be, we can better say for certain. Under no circumstances would I suggest this is ideal. However, it is opportunity enough that our plan may as yet succeed. Although all these setbacks I fear. Wilfred trolls often fall silent. Some of the others exchange looks. They are beginning to understand. With the rite soon ending, everything which Wilfred has sought, both on his own for many years, and now with all of you, all of it may be in vain. The hush spreads to the others. But not to you. You then proceed to do something none of you expect. You raise your voice. Each one of your exiles turns to you, expressions asking you a question with no easy answer. What are we going to do? As you meet Tizo's gaze, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You are searching for the right words, to find the right words. As your exiles are looking out there. and are now to seize. You tell them that you all stood together time and time on the quest, and think that only a hollow food would turn, and are. You tell them that you have all stood together time after time throughout this quest, and you are now poised to see a glorious opportunity. Your path to freedom is still laid before you. Your path is to freedom still is laid bare before you all. True freedom is not waiting for you in the Commonwealth. There's something more vital at stake. You see the imminent. It's a sign the world is changing. You have the opportunity to live with purpose for your people. For each other. You have the opportunity to live with purpose for each other, for all those who shall live on. When you look at it that way, if you can believe in it, when you look at it that way, which side of the world you end on, it's up to you. When you look at it that way, which side of the world you end up on is all up to you, to each one of you in your own way. After a brief reflection, you stare at one sentence like, we have to keep going until we're free. We have to, till we are free. Thus you do remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time. Thou wouldst dare change this ancient road reading one? And yet thy words are tinged with certain truths. Scream ha! Vows to stand with you no matter where your quest leads. May long the stars remain the light for you, reader, madame. All the while, Vorford remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens and he smiles. You are right, of course, my girl. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. We have to keep going until we are free. Lead us then, reader, to the end of the quest, and the dawn of a new age for our kin. Everyone, for the Nightwings! Everyone responds in kind. They stand with you no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury, because now the last rites beckon on. The stars above now burn with desperate fury, many more than usual. The stars that they inscribed, they share together now as one. The lone minstrel draws breath as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. There's another sign the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you met during your journey. We're gonna go look up Chastity next. Maybe we should knock them down a peg. Your next adversaries are to be Chastity, headed by H. Manfred Tinderstaff. They would prevail in their rights, not for their freedom, but for fame and fortune in your commonwealth. You and the lone minstrel then go over what he knows about your next adversary. H. Manly Tinderstaff, the offspring of the semi-famous sap industrialist, he was born into wealth and lived in the lap of luxury, never having to fend for himself. When he came of age, he was soon offered a cushy ambassador position that required little more than a silver tongue to convince the Commonwealth that he was keeping busy. He soon grew so proficient at doing nothing, much at all, that he started spending all of his family's riches to assert his fame and status. One day, he attempted to pay off the wrong individual, a particularly stern Commonwealth diplomat, who promptly turned him in and sent him downriver. Manly was very disappointed by all this, but soon saw in an opportunity, for he knew well that in the inner circles there were those who had gone through exile and returned. Thanks to his connections, he tracked down the chastity deep in the waking wood. He finagled his way into the triumvirate using his well-worn skills. He in turn convinced himself that he would earn a position of great influence once he secured a way back home. He continues to make hollow promises. A shame that this Manly and the chastity are nothing like the scribes of Scoriad, and do not share his values. With this done we rested, reader, given all of the travails today. You bid the lone minstrel good night and take your leave. It is too late to prepare for the flight, so you arrange to depart first thing in the morning.